Hey guys, and welcome to today's video of trainee tips and tricks on things you're probably too scared to ask about or didn't want to look stupid, but hey, we've all been there. Working title. Now, I was reflecting on my journey to becoming a qualified lawyer in the England of the Wales, and hopefully that will be happening this year. And as I was reflecting on this journey, I realized that I have come a very long way. But even in my third seat, there's still some tasks or deals that you get put on and you get asked to do things and you're like, wait, what does that mean? Or where do I start? How do I go about this? So I thought, let me save a billable life out here and just share some of the little things that I've picked up along the way that were invaluable, no matter how small they seemed or how stupid I thought at the time. They're just skills that you might not normally come across in a normal job. I don't know what's a normal job, but you might not come across unless you're particularly working in a law firm. So let's get into it. In today's video, we're talking about compares, red lines, and black lines. Like, who is she? What are they? Now, this sounds very, very duh once you know what it is and what the task involves, but it's literally in the name. If someone ever asks you to run a compare, a red line, or black line, basically they want you to compare the last probably circulated version that everyone within the deal or the parties have seen and compare it against the latest version of the document that you have. Normally, this task you do if you're the side that's what's called holding the pen, i.e. drafting the document, and you're the one collecting the comments and consolidating them, making sure the latest version of the document is up to date. But you can also run a compare against previous versions. So why is this important to do, if at all? Well, in a big deal, or if there's any documents that are changing, obviously people are inputting, they're drafting their comments, the negotiated terms, etc. They want to be able to quickly see on the what's called the master version or the true version of the document. So there's always one copy of a document that's circulating at any given time. So within the latest version, they just want to see what has changed since the last time. Maybe you've had a meeting, you've had a call, negotiated terms, etc. Literally, that's all it is. So if someone asks you to do this, they just want to see what has changed since the last document that I've seen. I've been in deals where they maybe didn't want to see the last version, but maybe against the first version that they ever reviewed, etc. Can be loads of tasks, but literally if anyone asks you to do this task, they just want you to do that. Now, depending on the software within your firm, there are different ways of doing this, but where I work, I don't know if I can reveal what software we use, so I'm just going to try and keep it very generic. The best way that I like to do this personally, I like to download the files that I have to change onto my desktop or like into a folder and label them very obviously, and then I also make a subfolder just for the compares that I'm going to make, so then I can save them in one place. There are two main reasons that I do this, because usually I found that in a deal people might keep coming back to me, like different parties, and asking for the compares again and again. So rather than panicking and going, oh my goodness, where's that compare that I did I leave it in my downloads, where is it my email, I know that it's in one folder, one place, and then I don't have to keep repeating the task and wasting time. But what I like to do, which I found out recently with the software that we use, is you can actually just drag and drop the relevant files into the field and then press compare, and then it does it, rather than having to navigate through your files and folders, blah, blah, blah. If you've done this task, you'll understand. I'm sorry I can't be more specific or show you the demo, because then confidentiality. But another thing that I've also found is very useful is knowing which compare to run against. So again, if someone says compare X as base, they just basically mean make that one the original, the first one, and then this new document as the new one on top, then run that compare. Hopefully that is clear. And on the screen, hopefully you should see an example that I found on Google of what a compare looks like, so you can easily see what's changed, what's been added, removed, etc. Now, there is another level to this. If then someone then asks you to do a page pool, change pages, anything of that variety. They basically want you to only send them the pages within the document that have the red line on them. And I know this sounds very tedious or difficult if, let's say, you've got a 300-page document. Again, why would someone ask for this? So for example, I was doing a base prospectus recently, and then obviously at the beginning of the deal, there are loads of changes going on. So it makes sense to send the whole compared document. But let's say later on in the deal, when there's like a few comments here and there or minor changes, it's a bit tedious for someone to have to like click through and try and figure out where those red line pages are. So if someone says, send me only the change pages, they literally just mean that, send me only those specific pages with red line or blue line insertions in them. How do you do that? Again, it depends on your software, where you work. But I found if I pressed like save and then print pull pages only, I can get that option. And there you go. So hopefully I have saved a billable life with the very vague description, and now you know what a compare, redline, blackline is, so you don't have to run screaming. I don't know, I was gonna make a dad joke about comparison, but don't compare yourself. The training contract is a very difficult journey, but I hope these small tips and tricks will help you along the way.